The game I chose is a short, stupid game. It's called Johnny Bravo Date-O-Rama. Everybody loves Johnny Bravo. I mean, I don't if you don't love Johnny Bravo, you're no friend of mine. But yes, Johnny Bravo Date-O-Rama is a party game along the lines of Mario Party. I think that's the title of the series, Mario Party, where the basic premise is that it's in 3D. The game is in 3D. A lot of early video games based on cartoons were 3D, like the one that Miss Hino presented. But in this instance, it was Johnny Bravo. It was on PS2, and I seem to recall that it only got released in the European theater. It was a PAL game release, so I didn't get to play it in the Philippines. I got to play it here in the US when it got released in around 2008, if I remember correctly. So the nice thing about it is it's typical Johnny Bravo. He loves his own gorgeous self. He's stupid about it. And he submits an application to join in the Date-O-Rama contest where he competes with other hunks to try to get a date with a gorgeous babe. So in this instance, he goes through a lot of mini games, competing with the different hunk on the other side. And every time he wins a mini game, he gets up a step on the ladder. Of course, the babe gets to choose the mini game that they play. It's a variety of mini games that they get to play, like in party games, like it can be a two-player game as well. Two people, you're either you versus the AI or you versus another player, and it's a variety of different mini games. So it's one of them is the babe says, "Get me the flowers that state that they're pretty, but don't get me the flowers that are prettier than I am." So the flowers that say that they're pretty are the purple ones, but the flowers that say that look like they're prettier than I am are the red and white flowers. So the two people go around an area and the flowers start blooming, and you pick the ones that the date chooses. So if you pick the right ones, your score goes up. If you pick the wrong ones, your score goes down. Now, another mini game is this one being shown on screen right now, where it's kind of like a rhythm game, except you have to comply with the button presses that Miss Babe is trying to show you in a limited amount of time. If you make a mistake, then you lose that round. So it's a collection of silly little mini games where Johnny Bravo is doing his very best to try to get a date finally with a girl. He never has ever in his life ever had a date with a girl. This is his one chance to actually get one. And you help him in doing so. It's a collection of mini games like Mario Party. And well, as a sub goal, I do like that Johnny Bravo is voiced by the original guy, Jeff Bennett, if I remember correctly. I don't quite recall the name of the guy, but yes, any time that you hear Johnny Bravo, it is Johnny Bravo. It's not a facsimile of him. It's not an imitation of him. It is actually Johnny Bravo. And for anybody who watched Johnny Bravo, the TV series, you love it. You absolutely love Johnny Bravo. It stays faithful enough to the cartoon. Sad to say, Mama Bravo, Carl and Susie don't have speaking lines. They just show up. But Johnny Bravo more than makes up for it, and it's also a very smart game. A lot of the quips, a lot of the jokes, a lot of the lines inside of the game are very snappy. I guess that's the right word for it. It's very snappy. It's not stupid jokes kind of that fall flat. If you are at all familiar with common culture back in the 90s and 2000s, then the jokes that Johnny Bravo will throw out will land, and it will be very funny for you. Whether it's a game for kids or not, I would say possibly, maybe, because the kids might enjoy the mini games that are being played by Johnny Bravo and the opposing hunk. But the jokes definitely will fly way over their heads. So it's kind of like a game that is good for both children and adults. So it's a fun little game, stupid little time waster. It's not anything serious. And of course, at the very end, Johnny, if you play well enough, will win a date with the girl. But of course, in typical Johnny fashion, he fucked it up. He messes it up completely. So in the end of it,
Ah.
he
And
gets
here I was about to ask, are you going to shag the girl or something?
no, no.
No.
Johnny never does. Johnny is a perpetual virgin. Sad to say. So
And Johnny
Ah.
became an incel.
yeah. So, oh, here you go. Another mini game is that it's like one of those carnival things where you hit the thing with the hammer, and the thing goes up
Test of
to
strength,
Mm.
basically.
ring. I completely
Mhm.
forgot what it's called. But yes, it's a fun little set of mini games. And honestly, the only thing that runs to its detriment is the loading times in between every mini game. As a PS2 game, I'm kind of surprised at how slow it does load up in between every single mini game. A good maybe about 10-15 seconds each per mini game. That kind of ruins the flow of it. But as a party game, if you had this and had friends over and you guys were playing with each other against each other, then playing with each other that comes across very differently. And, then then you can spend that time during those loading screens as chatting with each other. Oh, little trivia that heart thingy host person, whatever that is, doing the narrating for the game. That's voiced by Donny Osmond. If anybody is at all familiar with 1970,
Donnie Osmond.
Donny Osmond was huge back in the day. But yes, it's funny. So you play Johnny Bravo in a set of mini games, trying to get a date with a gorgeous babe fighting against a different hunk. And if you're at all
Which I am convinced it's Hansel from Zoolander.
well, yeah, he can be. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh,
I'm gonna call him Hansel.
replayability as a solo game. Once you've gone through the entire thing, probably it's one of those games where you finish up and then you toss aside and you completely forget. You enjoy it for what it is. A short experience where you play as one of your favorite cartoon characters, Johnny Bravo. Replayability as a party game, yes. If you and another fan of Johnny Bravo are there, and you compete against each other in these mini games, heck, you would probably play it over and over again because you guys would try to beat each other in terms of who does it better and faster. So yeah, it's a funny, stupid little game, and I really hope Johnny Bravo makes a comeback. Honestly, that is my personal opinion. Anyway, to you guys, what's your opinion on my pick of cartoon-based video game?
He likes to do the
Is
monkey a
there
lot.
a
Yes. Mm.
That's
Come
the
on.
only dance move I know.
Yeah.
The monkey.
Is there a mini game there wherein you need to look for Johnny Bravo's pants? Oh, Johnny, you forgot your pants.
No, that's the thing. Although it doesn't have as many Easter eggs as the game that JDM put out, the Looney Tunes ones. It's a straight up just Johnny Bravo being Johnny Bravo. Not too many little things that you would pick up from old episodes. Sad to say, but it's funny enough. Yeah. So it's a good collection of little mini games. Not as good as Mario Party, but still. How about you, Miss Eileen? What do you think?
I have to say, I'm just surprised that I'm not muted, right?
No.
Yes.
We can hear you.
I'm just surprised that there's actually a PlayStation 2 Johnny Bravo game, because the game is back in the mid 90s, and PS2 is mid 2000. So I'm just surprised they released Johnny Bravo that late in its
Mhm.
not even lifespan. I guess the series has already ended,
Oh
and
yeah.
just like me, it's just the monkey that I noticed in the game. And it's pretty stupid because they get to the stairs, they get to the level, then to do a challenge, they have to go down.
Yeah.
And then they have to go back again. What's the logic there? So I'm in this on this level platform. So time to go back. Okay, go. I'm gonna go back to the door
The floor
downstairs.
director were just okay. You have to go down and
Oh yeah.
do the.
It's
Yeah.
something So
Whoever
stupid.
thought the game mechanics up where needs to improve his knowledge of video of game shows, but still, yeah.
They could just have the like fade to black, then the loading screen, then go to
That's true.
the.
That's true. Yeah. Mhm.
It
How about
looks
you, Joe?
stupid.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Eileen. Finish up. Go ahead.
Like, it just looks stupid to me and very. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's
Now,
just so
Imagine if they already like one or two steps away from
yes.
the babe, then they have to go down.
it's counterintuitive. Whoever designed the game needs to have a little bit more knowledge of game shows, and we did back in the day. We used to watch The Price is Right. We used to watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Yeah. If you are at all kind a fan of game shows, television game shows, you would recognize that was a little bit counterintuitive. Yes, good point, Miss Eileen. All right, Joe, what's your opinion?
I remember. I'm not sure about my history here, but I do remember a rumor about some of the. There were some concerns about Johnny Bravo's portrayal as being way too chauvinistic and very women objectifying character. That
Yeah, but
uh,
it shows
it
how.
did kind of ruffle a few feathers
Yeah,
to
but it
some
shows how
people.
if you act that way, then these are the consequences. Johnny never got the girl. That it shows how if you're a chauvinistic pig like Johnny, then no matter what you do, the girls never went for you. It was an object lesson, honestly. So yeah, JDM, I'm kind of curious about your take.
By the way, before we I do my like reaction, we have a
Mm.
comment here from Sir Jose Estrada of
Oh
Dark
my
Gothic
goodness.
Fate. He mentions that Johnny Bravo taught me how to get bitches. And did you get slammed
Well,
along
he
the
did
way?
manage to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, Johnny Bravo's classic line, hey, babe, you smell kind of pretty. You want to smell
Haba,
me?
haba.
Hey, baby.
Just seeing Johnny Bravo move in the game without the sounds, I can actually hear it in my
See, there you go.
mind.
You can actually hear him talk.
And
Exactly.
the actions the flexes that he does.
Yes.
It just goes to show how if you act like Johnny, you never get the girl. If you're narcissistic, if you're chauvinistic, if you only think if you're a complete absolute mama's boy who has no regard for his own growth. Sorry, but you're just not gonna get the bitches, like Jose says. Anyway.
And lots of hair gel.
Oh yeah. There you go.